Episode 8 of Print and Paint. So today I'm gonna do a mini. I was looking for some kind of armor to paint and I found this Paladin on Thingiverse. The model is from Onmyoji and it's nothing special, just a random kind of mini that I found, and I kind of like the style of it, and I want to try my take on the non-metallic paint. So I'll link in the description and let's go print this guy. So here in G2Box I just incline the model a bit on the back. I want all my support to be at the bottom and the back of the mini. I know it's going to be the best way to clean it. And all the details are at the front, so if they are like facing upward, it's going to be way easier to print it. I go back to each part of it to make it a bit easier. I want to keep quite a few support, but not too much. Okay, so the print is done. Everything went pretty well. I had some small part missing on the sword. I went back and filled the missing part with some resin and sand again. But everything else was really good, pretty fine. The support damage went out really cleanly, like most of them were behind on the cape. It's really easy to fix. So I'm happy with the result. I found one plate as well for the base. It's just a simple pattern with some cobblestone. And now I'm gonna prime and go to paint. So here we go. So first I start with the skin here because the face is recessed inside the helmet. So I just want to get my base coat on the skin first for this reason. And then I'm gonna start straight back on the armor. Most of the mini is armor. So I just apply some gray. I didn't have too many paint to choose from, but and I know there is a lot of color to play with, like when you're dealing with non-metallic paint, but I just went straight with gray and tried to see what was gonna happen. I decided to use blue as well, so for the cape and later on some detail of the armor, just to have a complementary color kind of. Here for the gold I start with kind of a bright yellow. I will change later on, so it's just to get an idea. The first thing is like I don't have any idea what I'm doing, and then I know I can always change later on. So here I'm just going kind of freestyling. I'm just using some darker gray, so I just mix from my base gray, I just mix it with black, and then I just go and try to define some shadow and try to keep in mind which part of the armor are gonna be brighter. I'm not trying to be like, for example here on the shield, I'm not trying to be really realistic. I'm not spending like a huge amount of time to figure out what's the best shadow and what's the best highlight. I just want to make it happen. So here the same thing for the highlight of the armor. I mix the gray with some white and I just go at it. I just try to get my contrast. And then I will blend later on, just slowly. Here I'm going a bit brighter, I think. Trying to define the center of the highlight with probably pure white. Of course I still use diluate with a lot of water. And it's really rough, but it's just to get the idea. And then slowly blending in between. Here I'm even going a bit darker. The more the contrast you have, I think the effect will be the better. Like, I'm not sure exactly, but it's probably the idea. So all the recess and the darkest part are almost dark, almost black. I'm going back with white now. And the further I'm going in the process, the smoother I try to get. Like I went really rough at first, and then later on I'm going really smoother and smoother to not have to go back again later. taking my time. Here I defined some shape in the armor. I was not sure what to do first, but it's good to have some detail on top of it. It's really hard to like the pop. So right now I'm going for the gold. I don't remember which paint that I used, but it was probably just probably the same gold with mix some brown and dark. Like obviously the yellow was really bright, so I had to like desaturate a little bit. And gold is always a bit brownish. So that's where I started, and the process is the same for the steel or for the gold. I just figure the steel was fine, so I figure why not do the same thing. Here I'm taking a small break and starting on the base. It's really just to get it done so we can dry on the side. Nothing really special about it. Here when I'm done, I'm starting to do the volume and the highlight of the gold. The lighter color is the same, probably the same yellow mixed with some kind of brownish or white. I'm trying to desaturate the color as well. I don't want it to be like flashy yellow like on the base coat. And it starts to get together pretty well. It's helping the mini like all together, like the gold and the silver or the steel blending together. I'm going back with it darker and darker each time until I get to the point where I'm satisfied with like the way it looks. I knew I could always spend more time, like it's like almost every step of when you're painting. The more time you spend, the more refined you can get. But when I find it pretty good and I'm happy with it, I just move on to the next step. Here I'm highlighting some tiny part of it. Going brighter and brighter. I'm probably almost too white here. So right now I'm doing the edge highlight on the gold. I've done it on the white as well, I mean not the white, the silver. And now I'm doing it for the gold. It's really helping the armor get together, like defining highlight always helped so much to finalize the part of it. So here I'm with the blue again. The cape was kind of dark here. I choose to like clear, kind of like sky blue sky blue. And I want to define some gem. That's the idea. So I decide to put the ring here and the circle and the shield. And those parts under the shoulder pad, I decide to make all of them like some kind of gems. So I have my blue at the bottom and then go trying to put the shadow on top of the circle, and then a quick touch of white to make it pop the reflection of the gem. It's really quick and easy, and the result is decent. And again, the more time you spend on it, the smoother it gets and the better. But I was happy with it. The bottom part here of the Mini, so the chainmail and the boots and the front part of the belt, I've done everything with just metallic paint. The goal was to like finish the process, and to have the chainmail a bit different as well. I start on the cape too and the front part here. I'm just defining volume and highlight slowly. The whole process of doing the armor really helped me like get the move of having my blends coming together, so it was nice to do the cape after as well. I'll start a bit harsh, but then later on I smooth it really slowly. The sword is metallic paint as well. I was nearing the end, so I've decided to just finish and not doing non-metallic paint for every part of the Mini. Going back on the base, I'm dry brushing a bit here, and then after I'll use some brown as well, just to add some texture and some like weathering on top. I applied the wash before as well, just to have some more detail in between the stone. And then after I'm just gonna highlight some part of the stone with just a brush here. Just one side of it, so with some really bright white or something. I'm not going crazy on the base, but I just try to give it some volume. And here we are near the end. I have those kind of small things to finish. And that's it. Finished with the Paladin elf. I'm really happy with this one. First time doing the non-metallic paint. I've done a blade one time really quickly, so like doing armor and trying steel and gold was really the first for me, and I think the result is decent. Like I can tell I'm lacking the technique, but that's an overall really good Mini, and I learned a lot doing this one, so that's great. I think the whole thing is coming out really good at the end. See you in the next episode.